Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Austrian Legacy League Cup Finals. Today, I'm joined by Daniel Pernosch, Peter Plank, and the great Callum Smith. What's up,
Woo!
guys?
How's it going?
Yeah, everything fine. I think we are all pretty stoked and hyped about two best of five matches played Legacy. We have basically two matches with Ragdelva,
Yeah.
which gonna get hopefully banhammered on Monday. But yeah, I think Callum, it's your first day in the booth, so
Yeah,
to say, and I hope you're
I'm
stoked
very
about the
excited to do
matches
it.
too.
Yeah, because I've been watching some of the streams when I can, a fair bit actually, and I love that what you've been doing because I think people need to do these kind of streams more. There is a lot of webcam legacy being played and stuff, but not much of it's being streamed. So I'm really glad you guys have been doing it and you've been like consistent with it, and I think it'll inspire other people to do it more. So it should be a nice ending. I can see that we have two Rug Delvers just because the deck needs help, because otherwise can't make it too hard on the deck.
Perfect representation there, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, everyone knows that DnT and Hogaak are way better, so
Yeah.
we're just making it a level playing field.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we can say that at least one Ragdelva player was eliminated after group stage in the quarterfinals, but maybe you noticed it. It was because of another Ragdelva player. So
It's the case of the lion eating a lion. So, hey, you're not meant to do that.
yeah,
That'd be
but
fun.
with that, I think we just show you small details about the tournament structure that we get that in, and I think then we will join in on the players because I think we have basically 2 to 4 hours of legacy being played, which is hypeful, and pretty much this is the tournament structure for everyone that is basically watching the stream a bunch of times. He already knows this. So we started off with a group stage, just like in football, in the World Cup, and we had 2 weeks ago the semifinals with Mario Hinterberger against Jonas Bauernfeind, Devon Texas versus Ragdelva. A 3-2 victory for Jonas Bauernfeind, so he's moving into the finals, and the runner-up final for the third place, Mario Hinterberger, where he plays against Andreas Schaubmayr, who lost against Manuel Danninger in his respective semifinal. It was Ragdelva against Hogaak.
And with this, I think 2 to 2.5 months long tournament comes to an end. It was a really great journey, and I'm looking forward for the matches today.
For sure.
Yeah. I've, as I said, I've been like watching some of the stuff when I can. What has been some of the best matches from the whole event, do you think? Or the coolest decks?
The coolest deck is
Band Painter?
for sure Band Painter.
Black Death.
Black
And
Death. That's
I
cool.
think one match that was hilarious on my side was me missing out on the quarterfinals against Mario Hinterberger, Devon Texas. But because of that, we have Devon Texas here, which was
Well, think of it this way.
interesting.
If you didn't lose, we wouldn't have you commentating. So
Yeah. But I think really interesting matches are at least 3 out of our 4 quarterfinals. The one that isn't really interesting is, unfortunately, Hogaak against Devon Texas, because it was a 3-0 sweep. But all other quarterfinals went to game 5. The first 2 quarterfinals were reverse sweeps. It was Black-White Eldrazi against Devon Texas, which was won 3-2 by Mario Hinterberger. And the second one was this the Ragdelva mirror? No, the Ragdelva mirror was no reverse sweep. It was back and forth with going on the play, some absurd mulligans.
The Ragdelva versus Absent Maverick. It was a reverse sweep.
Cool. Were there like specific cards that made it sweeps? Like, did you see cyborg cards come into play? Like, I can imagine maybe Cataclysm is good against Eldrazi from the cyborg games.
It wasn't really that. I think what was noticeable was that the aspirant Luminac Aspirant was a really good card against Black Red Eldrazi.
Oh my god, this is the first time I've heard this card be good.
Yeah, it was absurd.
Yeah, in this tournament, Luminac
yeah.
Aspirant is just so
Really?
bonkers.
Cool.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah. It's weird, but yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was one match was, I think it was on stream. It was in Group D. It was Def and Texas Michael Höller against Manuel Hogaak, I think, where Luminac Aspirant shines too, where there was one decision to not bolt and Luminac Aspirant that, yeah, basically spiraled out of control.
You know what they say, always bolt the aspirant.
Yeah, it's the old saying from 2005.
Exactly.
maybe after today they will at the very least. So.
Yeah. I mean, they don't say bolt the Oko. So.
Yeah.
It's always the double bolt.
The Oko.
It's because the aspirant is more scary. That's why.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think we can start here
yeah.
and let the games begin. So I just tell them they can start and we'll take a look into our players.
So yeah.
As always, we have the cardboard light extension for you guys that you can have a look at the deck list. On the left side, we have Andreas Schaubmayr on Ragdelver, and on the right side, we have Mario Hinterberger on Def and Texas.
And yeah,
Cool.
so let's see who is on the play. They rolled the dice, I think.
Yeah, I think I saw. I need to check out the list. See who's on the left again. You just said it. So I think I saw Rugdelver say they rolled an 8 on the dice, but I didn't see the other one.
Okay.
But I guess we'll see when whoever plays their card first.
Yeah.
Should be. I mean, they aren't playing manaless stretch, so
That's true. Yeah. Otherwise, you could make the joke. Oh, I'm going to go on the plate. No, I'm joking. Really, not really. But how do you guys think this matchup generally goes? Because historically, DnT has always been a deck that beats Delver, or it's very close. Then Rugdelver with Dreadhorde Arcanist and Oko kind of changed it, and then Skyclave Apparition pushed it to about even again, maybe slightly favored. How do you guys feel it goes?
Yeah, actually, the way you said it sounds about right to me. Skyclave really made the fight against Oko a lot easier for Def and Texas than it was in the past. So, but as always, Def and Texas is still a deck that struggles sometimes with consistency. It doesn't have brainstorm, ponder, card manipulation. So overall, I think there's a little bit higher variance for Def and Texas compared to the Delver deck, which is just a little bit more consistent overall.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's a pretty big deal that Delver doesn't have an opening of, well, it looks like no Dreadhorde Arcanist, or, well, maybe he'll play it now, but no Delver turn 1, no fast pressure, might be leaving up. He's got a singleton spell pierce, a singleton spell snare. I think this is exactly the kind of game DnT wants to play. It wants to just play a land. So already feeling quite good. I mean, even with basic planes.
Completely agree, yeah.
Yeah. And if they could just play a port here, go, that's just the dream. And then they slam an Oko. That's a bit scary. There we have it, the aspirant.
The mighty aspirant, yeah.
but I think this could be the spell snare here, which would be
I was about to say that
a good fit.
He cracked that fetch so fast. It's like, yes, I get to use this spell snare. Or maybe the aspirant is just bait for a better card, like a second aspirant.
Yeah. I mean, is this the list with... have to open it
I think
with
it's
2 or 4 aspirants. I think it's only 2. Yeah.
Yeah. But jokes aside, it could be bait for a Stoneforge or a Thalia, which are premier cards in the matchup. And then we have the spell snare.
I mean, a Spirit of the Labyrinth would be great too, something like that.
True.
But the problematic turn will be this. I think with an Oko.
Oh, yeah, the double fetch. When they just pick up both and put them in the grave at the same time, it's like, yeah, okay.
Oko on an empty board. Maybe it will be followed up by a Skyclave Apparition.
That would be ideal.
But I think you're still then open for in days to come.
Sure, yeah.
But
I think because there's no other creature in play, the Oko is obviously bad news for DnT here, but it's not by any means gonna run away with it fast. If DnT can have a couple of good follow-ups, like must answers. So I even think like a Stoneforge Mystic would do a lot of work here. But this looks like a Skyclave, the way he's tapping.
Ooh.
And
Flicker Wisp. Okay.
which is also pretty good, like eating the food. This could be, it's a strong play on the board, eat the food, and just like turn the Yoko into like a slower clock. And it's 3 power, it does threaten it, put some pressure on the board, and it could have been bait for like a Force of Will if there was one, no days, or it could be like a counter magic check, like, and and then maybe next turn you have the Skyclave with a 4th land drop.
Could be.
So
Yeah, playing around days here seems crucial.
Yeah.
To getting rid of the Oko.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the problem with Oko for my side is always, I mean, for a completely open board, it's okay or Oko, but yeah, the problem is if you have a Delver around that you need to answer to, it's really, really problematic that you have to split your answers. What are the things you want to KO or knock out, and with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like when they go turn 2 Arcanist and turn 3 Yoko, that's when you're just like, you can't play around counter magic. You can't really play around anything. They're both must answers, and you just get terrified and run away. Oh, here comes an Arcanist.
Oh, there it is.
Just what we're talking about. I know, Wasteland.
And the Wasteland.
Brutal. Okay, that was a very good turn.
Yeah.
Obviously,
It was probably a really good ponder.
It was a ponder shuffle.
It was a ponder shuffle.
But it was a very good ponder, obviously. So, yeah, DnT already feels like in the spot you should have to jam, to me. Like, if you have an apparition. And I think you have to take out the Dread Horde.
Oh, interesting. Really? Yeah. You would take out the Dread Horde here? Okay.
Because if it resolves, you have 5 power versus none. I think you can attack. Oh, is he attacking? Okay, he's attacking the Delver player and then following up with an apparition. No.
Okay, is this okay?
The Mother of Runes.
How do you feel about attacking not Oko?
I mean, we are at the point that Oko is really hard to deal with, but food traded for a Mother of Runes is now pretty much game over, I would say.
Yeah. I guess there's just no apparition in hand, so there's 3 apparitions in the main deck. Does seem awkward, but yeah, I think you had to attack the Oko there down to 5, and so if you trade the food for the Mother of Runes, then you at least kill the Oko.
Yeah.
Second helps. Yeah. I mean, attacking a Planeswalker on 8 loyalty feels bad, but
you have to do it. You can't ignore Oko, I think.
Yeah. There's a chance that, like, setting up for the same play here, of like attacking Oko next turn after it -5s, but you're giving the Devil player here a chance to attack the Dread Horde, flashback a Ponder to find a bolt and stuff. And I feel like now it can very quickly run away. I think but it seems like just unfortunate. Oh, there's a force as well. This is strong. Forcing the second Mother of Runes.
Maybe he has the swords also.
I feel like he would have led with swords before anything else to play around like double, triple days or something.
Triple days.
You never know. Yeah. I mean, Dreadhorde is that good. You would just double days it here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
I would have also liked to attack after playing the Mother of Runes just to see what happens. I think he might have been counting on the second one resolving to then have a Flicker Wisp and a Mother of Runes after an Oko trade, like -5. Usually you want to be attacking first and playing spells post-combat, so the person you're attacking has less knowledge, but he was tapped out, so there was no knowledge to like use that to advantage. So
Another shuffle ponder here.
Yeah. Last time it worked out, so keep
Try
at
again. I mean, as Chino is saying in the chat, I always say the shuffle ponder is the best ponder because you get the look at the 4th card, so completely right here.
Yeah. Technically correct. Yeah.
So yeah, but I think if you trade the food here for the mother, it's really, really hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see if he does that. You would expect so. He's thinking about it.
I think an active Mother of Runes on the side of Ragdelve is just really, really hard.
Yes. Yeah. I will be the first to admit that I have completely forgotten about Oko's -5 and played really good creatures into it. And I'm like, oh my god, that was. So there's a good chance DnT just did what I usually do and forget about it.
Yeah.
It seems like trading the
Yeah.
food token for the Mother of Runes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Strong play. Very strong play.
yeah, and
The power of Oko.
Here's the power of the webcam. He's like, here's a food, but you can't have it.
You get nothing in return.
And well, the Devil player better have a spare Mother of Runes handy. This is where your Legacy Lins League proxies will come in. Send them a Mother of Runes.
yeah, I mean,
But Andreas should have a Mother of Runes lying around somewhere.
Yeah.
He played DnT
Oh, really? Okay.
on some, I think some years ago.
So we have a token. This is Mum 1-1.
Mum
I
would
think-
wonder.
I think we need to get him to draw a picture at least.
Yeah, should be a at least.
A picture of his mom, just a photograph.
Oh, and he's written food on his mum.
yeah,
We can make
moms
some.
always get eaten.
I was going to make a your mum's fat joke, but oh dear.
We always say when someone casts a fatal push, we push your mom.
Yes, yeah, and then never try and plow her. All right. This game looks already just really slipped away. Like Hootie Mandral's follow-up. So we got a 3-1 versus everything. Versus the world. We used to have a 3-1 versus the
And
world.
we have to both.
Everything. That's just so Delver things.
Yeah. I don't think Recruiter. Days it for everything.
Days.
I now want the days just for the everythings.
Unfortunately. I mean, what do you even get with, flickering the mom doesn't work out, so I think it's
Yep.
just a KO here.
Right.
So he's at 13.
Yeah, I think you need to top deck one of your sideboard cataclysms to
Just switch it in when
Yeah.
no one's looking.
Nobody's watching. Nobody will know. It's,
Bolt to the
wait, is
face.
it bolt? Oh, bolting.
Okay.
That feels so aggressive, but it doesn't matter really. I think just kill him.
Yeah, it's
See it. Maybe it has like another bolt, or maybe just thinks like, there's just nothing to happen here.
there are just no outs there. And I think the attack on the Oko to put it to 5 loyalty would given him at least an opportunity to and the food. I mean, the food is nothing for the Mother of Runes, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think the Oko stay around is hard.
I think the Dreadhorde like just pushed things out of reach too quickly, like without a source of Parshes in the DnT hand. It needed a Skyclave or a source of Parshes to resolve to be in this game and to make that attack, I think. So the attack probably didn't matter too much, but yeah, that was a runaway. We were just commentating how at the beginning we were like, yes, this is perfect for DnT. There's no threats until for turn 1 and turn 2, but then we did see how Dreadhorde on turn 4 is still so powerful.
Yeah.
And the Oko on turn 3.
Yes, yeah. The Oko on turn 3 was quite good.
Yeah.
But I do think DnT and Espervile, by extension, like two of the decks that can handle Okos on boards, even empty. But you need to have a couple of other tools to like handle the other stuff that happens around it, like the Dreadhorde here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I think you on the DnT side, it's something that you want to have at least something on the board if the Oko resolves. Even an Ether Vial or something like that would have helped immensely. Because it's something you have to
recruitering for something. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you get to play a threat on the end step after the Oko resolved, something like that.
Absolutely.
Because if you are able to resolve a Mother of Runes into an Oko, it's also great.
Yeah.
But,
Play draw can't be understated here. Like there was no days doing mean things, but like being able to like Oko plus straight away onto the empty board after the spell snare on the aspirant really made it easier to run away with it. I think that kind of draw, based on what DnT drew, would probably still win on the draw. But it just made it like look like a sweep on the play.
Yeah, completely. I mean, we had, I think, some matches. What was the matchup? It was Rakdelva against Hogaak, where it felt really, really close every game. But after the matches, we were thinking about it, and Hogaak was every game on the draw. So if it was flipped one time, it would be an not even close game. So
yeah. I remember keeping track of. I played Hogaak at the last terminal weekend, and out of 8 rounds, I played Delver 5 times. And I hate when people complain about dice rolls and going first or second, because it all averages out in the end, and it's really boring to listen to. But I was mentally keeping track. I lost every single dice roll for all the Delver matches, and I did win all 5, but they were all insanely close. Like me being at 1 or 2 life at the end of a lot of games. And I was like, God, being on the play would have made it so much easier. I get to have lunch break and just get it done quickly. But it's such a huge deal, obviously, as we know.
Yeah. Suddenly you've got 15 minutes spare time each round, and it isn't anywhere near as exhausting.
Yeah, no more days your stitches supply a wasteland. You shit. You just
oh God.
Just instead, yep, you're dead. Yeah. All right, so let's one of the pivotal things in the matchup, I think, is how Rugdelver's sideboard is, because DnT has a couple of things to bring in sometimes, but Rugdelver, this is where the matchup swings, I think, because game 1 is probably quite favored. A lot of games do feel lopsided, like we saw this one now. DnT can have vial openers, which just feel like impossible to win. Like they open with a vial, and then you're sitting there with a daze and like a threat which just gets plowed, and then the DnT player can like wasteland you and port you, and it feels completely unwinnable from Delver. But Delver looks like they have 2 Blazing Volley, an Ancient Grudge, and a Braid, and then maybe a Brazen Borrower and a Winter Orb to bring in. That's a decent amount, actually. So I could see Delver actually pulling ahead, being favored after sideboard.
Yeah.
But just for information, we this is a best of 5 matchup, and we are only sideboarding after
the second.
Actually on the 3rd game it will be sideboarded. So the first 2 will be just without sideboards.
Just regular matches. Yeah, and we've seen Blazing Volley at least in the semifinals, and Blazing Volley was just a blowout in multiple games.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Elves recently, well, a month or something ago, and I have absolute nightmares about that card, especially when Dreadhorde is just flashing it back. You're just like, what am I doing playing 1/1s?
Yeah, and even 2/2s. So
yeah, even 2/2s. It's true.
The Sentinel dice.
Oh my God, yeah.
Together with their own other small elves.
You feel so smart with your Allosaurus Shepherd, and then you just want to turn your computer off.
Haha, counters doesn't matter. Haha, Blazing Volley you.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. All right. Turn 1 Ponder is always a good thing for DnT, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it's. And then playing Mother of Runes turn 2. I guess maybe that was the draw, because they didn't play it turn 1, which wouldn't have mattered around days.
Yeah.
So, which leads me to believe there's like no more 1-drops in the hand. Port's nice.
Port,
could be a Thalia or something like that, or an Esperant.
An Esperant again.
Here we go.
If this lives 2 turns, then it gets hard for Rugdelver.
But when you say it like that, I just think, how can you play this? If my threat lives 2 turns, in Legacy, it's just like,
it feels like a standard card in Legacy. Some way.
Gonna remain very skeptical. I like, it depends on the hand here. If there's no more lands for DnT, then I like putting pressure on the board. But if there's a couple more land drops, I like just porting. I think one of the best things they can do is put if you have the utility lands like Port and Wasteland, if you have the mana sources to then play your cards after it, I love putting Delver to the test and saying, I'm going to attack your mana. Do you have the cards to fight it. And as soon as they do, like if they have a fourth or land drop or something, or a wasteland themselves to get the port, then you can change your course and go, okay, fine, I'm going to start playing threats because this plan is not working. But the Aspirant, I just feel like it doesn't really do much. It can get bolted in a turn or two, and in the meantime, you give an opening for an Oko or an opening for a Dreadhorde with something up, or like it just gives some flexibility for the Delver player, which they could have otherwise avoided.
Yeah, I mean, something that is good with the card is against an Oko on turn, basically on this turn, because you can't elk it because it's now bigger than your elks if you have to play some. But yeah, against Dreaded Arcanist, it's not that great because again, get easily double bolted, something like that.
Yeah, or now it's going to become a 3/3 and then it gets bolted.
Yeah. Or you play another Luminac Aspirant.
Yeah, true.
After combat.
Yeah.
Maybe. But yeah.
Swords to Plowshares would be needed here.
Yeah, definitely. There's multiple things. There's still a land drop to give, so it could be like a swords or an apparition. Thalia. It's not great.
Something. It's something.
Yeah, it is something. But not playing a land first, I was about to say, makes me believe there's no extra land, which makes the Aspirant last turn make sense. Yeah, so we don't see the fourth land drop, so I now like playing the Aspirant. All right.
So many lands for the Delver
Blazing
player.
Volley. Oh, what's this going to be? It feels like, okay. Just everything's dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put everything on the bonfire.
Yeah. And with that, it
All
seems hard now.
Yeah. Oh, if this is another Arcanist, this is going to be, okay, a Goif.
Goif,
I mean, there are, I think, 2 cards or 3, should be 2 cards left in the hand of Rakdelver.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can go something like Skyclave into no bolts in hand of the Rakdelver player, it
we can see
could work out here.
Okay, there's another Aspirant, a Thalia, and a Mother of Runes. Oh, in the
this is the
It's the graveyard.
I was about to say, like, oh my god, he didn't play the Mother of Runes. Okay, fine. Nope, he's just showing us his like burning pile of creatures. Everything's been turned into crisp. All right. Remember when Goif used to be good, and now you're just like, God, thank God it's a Talma Goif.
could be something worse.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, no Oko, just a Goif.
So any other threat, you're just like, ah.
Yeah. Okay. Now we have the 4/5 in the Goif because of the days, which should be updated shortly. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice Goif dice. Yeah, this feels similar to game 1 where DnT just didn't have a source of Plowshares, and Ragdelver is just doing its thing. It's not, there was no turn 1 Delvers in any of these games, nothing insane, no like double force with your threat. There's been 1 force will in both games, but the DnT draws have not been good. I don't want to rag on Aspirant too much, but it's done, I think it's almost just like kind of made you use the mana on that rather than a Thalia or something else, or I don't know.
True, yeah.
It's just been so easy to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like that maybe you have to mulligan aggressively in this kind of matchup if you know what you're playing against.
Yeah.
Because I think you have to mulligan to a hand that has a Skyclave and Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah, I agree. You could have a good Aetherval hand as well.
Yeah.
So honestly, that's a lot of cards to mulligan for. Like 12 cards, you're happy. 11 main deck, you're happy to have in your opening hand. Like Vile is probably the best one, but we've seen none of them in the first 2 games, and they've been run overs.
Yeah.
The important thing is just when Ragdelver gets the time and the mana to kind of ponder a few times, it's always going to find what it wants.
Yeah.
So after game 2, our players are now sideboarding.
Mm-hmm.
Andreas Schaubmayr has in his sideboard 2 Blazing Volley, 2 Pyroblasts, 1 Red Elemental Blast, 2 Surgical Extraction, 1 Abrade, 1 Ancient Grudge, 1 Sylvan Library, 1 Windtorp, 1 Brazen Borer, 2 Clothfist, and 1 Submerge. What do you think will Andreas bring in?
So yeah, it should be the 2 Blazing Volley, the 1 Abrade. The one Ancient Grudge seems good too, and maybe if you want to go a little bit more mid-rangey, I think the Sylvan Library could be an 5th card to bring in, but I'm not sure about that.
He's showing off some foils.
Yeah.
Foil Brainstorm, foil Bolt. Very nice, very nice. I will say I love Winter Orb against DnT.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you have enough removal for Aether Vial, I think Winter Orb is like backbreaking. And I would be bringing that in. Maybe Play Draw changes it, but yeah, Vial makes it look really stupid. So when you draw Winter Orb and they have a Vial, you look like an absolute idiot. But like it stops the ports. it stops them going like Recruiter into Flicker Wisp into Recruiter, stuff like that. Like they read like if so 2 pieces of artifact removal in the Abrade and Ancient Grudge might be on the low side, but you do have Okos as well to get rid of Vial. So I would definitely be bringing the Winter Orb here, I think. And Sylvan Library I'm skeptical on because DnT can pressure your life total. So it's more like a scrying machine rather than card advantage engine.
Yeah.
So I'm more skeptical there.
Yeah, Sylvan Library is for sure better if you're on the play.
Yes.
But yeah, on the play, I think you can have better 2-drops that you want to cast, which would be something like a Dreadhot.
Yeah, you're right though. I think maybe you bring it in on the play, take it out on the draw here.
Yeah.
Depends what you think they'll be cutting. So I would guess 2 Force Negation, Spell Send, and Spell Pierce. Be pretty quick to cut all of those. And then you could trim a Daze.
Yeah, something like that. We agreed last time that we want to maybe go down to 6 counter effects or something like that. And with that, you have something like, basically the 6 cards that you want to bring in.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like 3 Force of Will, 3 Days sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Or go like
2-4 on the draw, on the play, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds really good to me. Because then you do have 2 Blazing Volley, Ancient Grudge, Abrade, Winter Orb, and maybe Brazen Borrower, like being 6th card. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
And then DnT. Should I read it out? We have a Containment Priest, an Aether Sworn Canonist, a Lean Relic Warder, a Sanctum Prelate, a Walking Blister, a Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Rest in Peace, 2 Path to Exile, 2 Surgical Extraction, 1 Council Judgment, and 2 Cataclysm. What do you think comes in here?
Definitely the 2 Path to Exile.
Sure.
That's the easiest one.
Yeah, I think that the Rest
Nice
in
one, Pete.
Pieces are still good here. And yeah, maybe the Cataclysm. But
I also agree with the Rest in Peace. Shutting off Goyfs and Arcanist. Probably Arcanist is the bigger threat here. It's just great.
I'm unsure if it is good, but like they can sidestep it with cantrips pretty well. Like they can just play a Delver and an Oko and then play like the removal Jundi game.
yeah.
So I think you would bring in both, but there is a risk of both, and you draw the second one being pretty bad. So I'm kind of like contemplating one. I think it depends on how much you have to take out.
Yeah.
So
What
at
do you
least
think?
one.
What do you think about Cataclysm? I mean, it's very costly, but it could deal with a lot of things.
Yeah, I think like DnT does need to play to the board and be somewhat the aggressor in this matchup. Well, so not all games got that, I guess. It can play control as well, but I don't think you want to have it like gumming up your hand in the early game and falling behind for it to be then good only if you get to resolve it and stuff. I think I wouldn't bring in the Cataclysm. It's just a bit of a liability.
Yeah, I also think it's just too expensive.
Yeah. Like even if you think that on the draw they're cutting like the Force of Negations and some number of dazes and stuff, it's I don't know. There's a lot of board states where it's not good as well, right? Like they can deal with your Aether Vial, and then what if they,
Like here.
Like here, exactly. And then what if like they have a Dread Horde and you have one creature left? It's like okay, Dread Horde's going to attack and find me more lands. So
Oh, with Delver.
yeah.
The first Delver.
Yes, it appears. It exists.
A second wine? Okay.
Oh, brutal.
Days.
That's
This is
brutal.
This is the one landed double vial, which you can't fault him. You would always keep it. And another day is fucking. Am I allowed to swear? Brutal.
It just hurts.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, as I said, you snap keep all of these like double vial hands. He was probably really happy to see the Force because Yeah, but not the days. And
Not,
then
not
not
the
the
days, yeah.
not the second days as well. Oh,
I mean, at least there is no wasteland on the side of Andy.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not getting to play lands is still kind of
It's not great.
yeah.
Yeah. Oop. There's a Delver coming to play.
Just
So,
another Delver under the old one.
This is looking like an Arcanist. And we know that
Seems
there's a
like
days.
a
Yeah,
great start here.
you have to get cash in on the days
Yeah.
and hope that there is no force of will for another one or the third days.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, there's a
Oh,
lens.
land is good. And this looks like another swords.
Hopefully.
Which would be good. That's exactly how you get back into it.
Ah,
He taps a mana. Maybe it's the fake out. It's just like making us all scared.
Oh, that's the value from Dreadhorde now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where the wheels fall off very fast.
Yeah.
Or the wheels fall on if you're the Delver player.
seems like a bad day to play DnT.
Yeah.
That just hurts to watch.
But so we can commentate on the big things. What do you think of the basic choices of Devon, Texas?
It's
Big fan. This is a classic one. It's the lightning tree. It is super cool.
Yeah, it's
So I approve. The Caracas, less so.
yeah, true.
yeah,
The old
it's
one
the,
is
it's the
usually
cheap
best.
one.
Yeah, the swords is lovely.
Yeah,
I was
Every
telling you guys-
sword
yeah.
is even Japanese.
Nice. I had the same ones until recently, and I sold them as well. Sad, but absolutely beautiful.
yeah, it's I mean,
So I think can we intervene and just say better basic choice wins the match?
Yeah.
Better
Yeah.
basic land choice.
we could ask chat and then we can vote and then we can decide.
This way the Delver player always loses because there's no basics.
Yeah.
It's rigged.
That's one way to fix the meta.
Yeah.
each deck has to play at least 4 basics. Ha,
Yeah.
got him.
And we have the proof of no basics. 'Cause the Delver just got pathed and there was no basic fetched.
True, yeah.
Oh,
And here
and
we
a
have the
wasteland.
wasteland.
so what do you think here? So the fake out we talked about, like tapping mana for the path. There was a path, as we just found out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like going for the Dreadhorde there.
Mm.
It seems like he prioritized the Delver, but like after it attacked as well. I think I would have just like upkeeped the path to play around force negation a bit and taken out the Dreadhorde, because the Delver is much more threatening in your life total. It's going to keep smashing you. You do need to deal with it. I think in this game though, you're at a position where you can't pick and choose. You have to like take the high risk, high reward play. So you have to top deck another swords or a path or something, and take some more damage from the Delver. And because Dreadhorde flashing back these cantrips is just going to find more threats. and bury you deeper. Yeah. So I feel like it was a slight mispriority, and you just have to top deck out these things. So it's a situation where you have these like plays semi programmed into you, like heuristics, and you're thinking, oh, I usually do this in this spot, so I'll do this here.
Yeah.
But when you're behind or like mana screwed like this or getting wastelanded, you need to play as if you're going to top deck everything you want for a few turns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's actually a very important skill or mindset to have in mind, that you don't lose the focus on the whole situation, not on specific events like that.
Absolutely. This is what makes the game so brilliant, because stuff is constantly changing and you're reevaluating everything all the time.
Yeah.
So when people like ask for help with legacy, you can give them some great articles and stuff, but it's always important to say, don't follow everything to a T. You need to know why you're doing everything and what's the reasoning. So
yeah. I mean, if you wanted to path to excel in the upkeep, I think there was a decision between basically the Delver and the Dreadhorde, because there were no cantrips in the graveyard. But if you are waiting after the main phase and there was the preordain being cast, there is definitely the decision, I think, to go for Arcanist, because it's basically a Hail Mary to do anything anyway. And with that, I think you have to keep the hand of the Delver player small and get some small jumps on the life total.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. In response to the preordain, probably was better than upkeep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the third cantrip, that's now getting flashbacked with Federal
Yeah.
Arcanist. I see the chances from our DnT player are really on a low point now.
You know how they talked about Jace. If Jace is in play for 2 turns, you lose. Well,
Yeah.
we're on the third turn of Jace being in play.
Pretty
And,
much,
yeah.
actually, yeah.
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 It's also Jace that just bolts things as well. So
Yeah, and it's this.
here's the library we talked about.
Here
Yeah.
we have the library.
On the draw as well. I do see it. It's not bad. Maybe they sideboarded out an extra counterspell, which could make sense as well.
Or they didn't board it in the Brazen Boar or something like that.
Yeah, true. Okay. Rest in peace. Good.
But I think
Well,
there
there
should be
will
something
be
like
a
a Frost
counter.
of Will.
There will be a counter.
Oh, he's
Well,
no.
actually-
No? Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
I would actually not force it because I think damage already is being dealt by Dreadhot. I don't think the Rest in Peace is all that impactful at this point anymore.
Yeah, true. The library is actually, as much as I was saying, I'm not sure. It looks insane here.
Yeah.
it's the perfect answer for the Rest in Peace, essentially.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Because DnT has not been able to put any pressure, but yeah, I don't know. We actually have a bit of a game here. Vile and Rest in Peace, pretty good.
Yeah.
We're just hoping to fade an Oko.
Yeah.
As ever.
And here with Rest in Peace now being in play, I think he had the Rest in Peace in hand and was just waiting for the second mana source. Because of that, he just basically chose to Path to Exile the Delver.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I do really like that decision. Even if you could have like slammed Rest in Peace, I think removing the Delver actually makes a lot more sense now. We were just talking about how it was a mistake to path the Delver, but it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. And that's something that is easier to basically decide on if you know the cards in hand.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately not possible for webcam users because you would have to show the cards to your opponent too.
Look at them, look at the cards.
You'll never guess what to do next.
You know, one of the most fun things to do on Magic Online is with Lion's Eye Diamond, you can activate it and you just guide your hand. Everything goes to the graveyard and then you can undo and then you get the cards back. So you can show your opponent your hand and you undo it, you get your cards back. And so
Nice.
if you have like a combo kill, you can just show them your hand, take it back, show them your hand, take it back, and then you go off.
Oh, that seems great.
it's quite mean, but
Rubbing it in.
yeah. All right, we've got a Delver. That is a real threat now.
Yeah. And
Oh,
the fake
It's a
fake
fake out.
activation.
Yeah.
Playing around Stifle here.
GTA's pretty good as well. All right. Is there a Daze? There could be like, I feel like if there was an Abrade or a Ancient Grudge, it would have been played over the Delver as well. So yeah, GTA really a card that could just pull it back. I mean, 10 life is not a lot. Probably going to take, because there was a Ponder and a Sylvan Library, so we're going to probably see a flip. No flip.
No flip.
Okay.
No flip.
All right.
Okay.
Bad Delver.
Yeah.
Or
Fugitive
bad
Wizard.
library.
Yeah. Because I don't think there was even any life paid last turn either, was there? No.
I think it could be a fetch land, the fourth land there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. Attacks for 2s. No activating Vile to like put a block off the Delver maybe. Which even if you do have like a Thalia or something, I like it so that you make them leave up removal end of turn basically.
Yeah. And the taxes are or have to be paid.
Yes.
Would be great here.
So many cantrips.
Yeah. Quite a lot.
Has anybody kept track how many cantrips he played in this match?
Two
I think it should
Preordains,
be
2
the
Ponders,
fifth
2
or
Brainstorm.
something like that.
This is the seventh. This is the 7th.
Okay.
There's been a Preordain at the beginning, then a Ponder, then a Brainstorm, all 3 flashback with the Dreadhorde, and then now
Wow.
Brainstorm.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
If only Thalia was in play the whole time.
I mean, we had one game which was basically
Oh, Chain Lightning, you. Sorry to interrupt. That's...
Yeah, we had one game where it was basically Rakdelva Andy searching for answers, and he was basically playing 2 cantrips a turn with an active failure on the other side, and
Nice.
he was just paying 20 men or something like that to find something.
Oh, we've got the double bolt. Oh, it's the double
Oh!
bolt. Brutal.
Triple
so
bolt for
insane.
victory.
God. Whew.
Oh, god damn, that's aggressive. Oh, 3 apparitions. Oh my god. You imagine
And
this.
that counts as judgment.
This is probably an insane hand, like with the double vial and then the rest in peace and like drawing these. There's the land.
Land on top.
So brutal. Just getting like triple bolted out like that. Ouch.
Yeah, it was basically the last turn or something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
2 turns, something like that. But next turn it would be Delva out and Library out or something like that.
Yeah.
The turn after, equip the cheat attack
Yeah.
for 2,
Just
gain
needed
2
one more
counters.
turn.
Yeah, you are out of.
So we can see what he boarded in quickly. So there is the Brazen Borrower, Sylvan Library. Probably didn't bring in the Winter Orb, I guess, then.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So it's not a usual thing, but yeah.
So we were both really, really close on the sideboarding here.
And we can see 2 Rest in Peace, 2 Path to Exile. Yeah. Pretty much what you'd expect.
Yeah. I mean, you even if you don't board up on the remove spells, you for sure would board in the Path to Exile over the Swords to Plowshares because they're just better against Rakdelva.
Absolutely. All right, so there's... Yeah, okay, didn't set up the spell Snare, but otherwise...
The one Goyf was boarded out because of the Rest in Peace.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the Winter Orb was...
I wonder if that's showing off a nice black bordered Winter Orb or saying I was considering it.
Yeah, I think it was basically saying I was considering it, but
Or
it is
both.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So, does he have a reprinting? The Winter
Winter
Orb?
Orb, yeah, in
Yeah.
Eternal Masters.
Yeah.
Okay, but shouldn't look that good.
No. Definitely not.
Yeah, and I think with this we're going over the interview.
Cool.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do we take a small break here?
Yeah, I think so.
Just
Couple
a few
minutes to set
minutes to
everything up.
set up. And yeah. So
We will be right back in a couple, 1 or 2 minutes, something like that, and then
Daniel, don't forget the timer this time for the viewers.
I'm on it. Okay.
so see you in a bit.
And welcome back after the best of 5 match in our match to the third place.
Which group? Which year? Which year are we? What place?
Sorry. Wait.
So yeah, we are here with Mario Hinterberger, who has lost, and Andreas Schaubmayr, who is now on third place in this tournament. How are you guys feeling? I mean, it's a little bit of a silly question now, but any hard feelings?
Any hard feelings? It was great to play again, play with a friend. I enjoyed my time.
And won.
I want to hear you say it was so. I want to hear you say it was so good to crush him so badly. Beat him so badly. This is why I say to my friends.
We don't do it to friends.
You don't do that. Don't do that. Too nice. I'm joking.
But too nice, that describes me really well.
Gentlemen. Yeah, it was basically a rush down to victory for you, Andy. You had, I think, pretty good showcases for Dreaded Arcanist and Oko are really good magic cards. And unfortunately, the great powers of Luminac Esprant haven't shown today. So maybe the crowd wasn't too good for you. And the other cards, Mother of Runes, Thalia, Better Skull. So yeah, Mario, do you want to analyze where something went wrong, or was it just that Rock Delver is a better deck?
Ooh, shots fired.
No, I don't think so. Shots fired. It's Ruck is still the best deck in the format, together with Snowco. So in my opinion, Andy is also a good player. He deserved the win. I did my best to make a best time, or to provide a best time for him, but he always had an answer for my actions. Sometimes I had bad bad luck because I didn't draw any lands. So yeah, Andy deserved it totally.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Very nice of you.
Yeah, too nice.
Unfortunately, no big drama here.
No.
Unfortunately.
Mario will get his revenge in the next tournament, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You can dream of it.
So,
Yeah, I always dream of you.
That's the fighting talk.
I love you too, baby.
Go on.
I mean, yeah. Basically, Mario, Andy has the hair in his beard that you want to have on your head. So
I don't think so. I have it on my shoulders, so it's totally fine.
I don't think you want that curly hair on your head.
No, it's not the hair discussion, isn't it?
No.
Whatever you want.
So just to get into a little bit of magic again, basically we saw your sideboard configuration on the side of Andy. You boarded in the Blazing Wallis, the Braid, the Ancient Grudge, the Sylvan Library, and the Brazen Borrow, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we had no sideboarding action except for the Sylvan Library in the last game, which was a perfect answer for the rest of the piece on the side of Mario. I think we would have a more lengthy discussion how sideboarding mattered in this matchup, but unfortunately, it mattered not nearly as much as we hoped.
For me, it mattered quite a bit because last time, if you remember, we talked about boarding in Winter Orb against Death in Texas.
Yeah.
This time I decided to not bring it in on the draw and keep second days on the draw, which I normally won't do, but I have so much bad cards to put out, like Force, like the Daces, the Spell Pierce, and so on, and the Tarmogoyf, and the second days paid really often the third game, so it was a bit of luck from my side.
Yeah, so you saw both daisies in game 3.
Yeah, and normally I wouldn't leave 2 days in.
Okay. So you are boarding down to 5 counter spell, 4 force of will, 1 days, or do you keep the force of negations?
Force of negation definitely comes out. And
Okay.
on the draw, I also bought out daisies, 2 to 3, and on the play, I switch daisies to with forces.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
Agree
That's
on
pretty
that.
much it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Get
It's coming up.
to
What?
come back to Mario a little bit. So yeah. What are your analysis on the matchup for today? Do you have any key turns to talk about or key decisions?
Key decisions. I think the only mistake I did was after it flipped. I think it was on the second Delver game or the third Delver game. I didn't. Oh, I can't remember exactly. But he showed me a daze, and I had an open white mana, and I should have sorted his Delver to prevent some damage. So maybe I could have survived one more turn. I think it was the third game because then I have he had Dreadhorde Arcanist and I have Skyclave Aspirant, and maybe I could have won the third match. But yeah, still, Andy was the better player with the better deck today.
Not a better deck. I mean, you had bad luck also.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's just like Magic should be, or not should be. It's just a luck game. Also, it's a card game. Just have skill or a card game with skill, and yeah, the luck was on Andy. Also, the skill was on Andy today, and yeah, it's.
That's nice of you.
I can't analyze it very well because I didn't. Yeah, maybe I should have not kept a one lander with 2 wilds because you countered both wilds. So maybe this is a bad decision. I don't
think so.
I don't
2
know.
wilds with a 1-lander is definitely okay.
It's
but
just
Yeah, also,
hard to
also I think
analyze.
that's a snap keep.
yeah.
We were discussing it a lot as it was going along, and we said on the play, even a Caracas, like being a non-basic and 2 vials, you keep every time.
Yeah, I think so also because I think that's enough, and you might consider that I bought out daisies, so I think it's correct.
Exactly, I was very surprised
To see the 2 daisies.
So also the skill was on your side. You surprised me better than I did to you. So yeah, just for me it's fine. It was a nice
With
time.
my skill to leave 2 daisies in, right?
Yeah, but to be honest, I think it's skill. So everybody
really good
says,
against people with 1 land.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's really good against people with only 1 land. So.
Yeah.
No, but I think we had some great decisions to see. Unfortunately, it was a little bit of a rollover, but yeah,
Sure.
a really interesting matchup. And yeah, so we have to wish Mario here better luck on the next tournament. Maybe we will see you online again when we have to decide which or what we want to do after this tournament. And yeah, Andy, better luck next time again, because you could have been in the finals, but congratulations for your third place.
That's true.
For the trophy. But yeah.
But Manuel Danninger is the real end boss in this tournament, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
So losing to him doesn't matter that much to me.
Yeah, and hard matchup for you, so
yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
And what are your predictions for the finals?
For the finals?
Yeah.
Manuel Danninger wins this whole tournament, and that's
okay. I said
that's my gut feeling and also what I think, and but
I said,
who knows? Jonas showed us some luck before in the past. No, I think it's Manuel.
Yeah, I think it's Jonas.
Okay. So we have oppositions here.
One on one.
So
Perfect.
win percentage is 50% for each of them. And yeah, I think we will take a short break here. We'll resume in 2 minutes or something like that.
Let's
Set
make it
up
5.
With we make it 5 and we resume with the final with Manuel
Final
Danninger
finals.
on Hogaak versus Jonas Bauernfeind on Rackdelver.
Yeah. See you in 5 minutes.
Okay.
can start.
And now we're back. We had a short break. Woo! and now we are heading to the real finals. The last match we played was just a match for the third place, and now we're heading to the finals directly. So in this match we will see Jonas Bauernfeind on Ragdelver versus Manuel Danninger on Chant Hogaak. Very interesting matchup. Manuel Danninger has played versus Jonas in the group stage and has won all two matches, and I think also won both matches with a clean 2-0. So maybe this time it's Jonas' turn to take revenge. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's a really, really hard matchup for Ragdelver, but it's at least winnable, I would say. I think there is a good shot that before sideboards it can end 1-1, and if that happens, I have small hopes that Ragdelver can win the finals. But yeah, if it ends with a 2-0 before sideboarding, I think it will be a clean sweep. Or not a clean sweep, but a clear victory for Manuel Danninger here.
Okay, yeah, I can totally see that. Daniel, what's your opinion?
I agree, actually. Just like Peter said, I honestly just think that Hogaak is favored, and specifically, the longer the game goes, it can even outgrind an Oko or something like that at some point, and just present such a huge board in a short period of time. It's very hard for the Delver player to overcome this, in my opinion. I mean, yeah.
I agree as well. Like Hogaak has always been a kind of a deck you play if you want to beat Delver and the control decks especially. Delver can be closer, and Delver can beat it as it can be any deck if it really wants to. But the decks obviously are usually like trying to fight other things, the mirrors or the control decks or other kind of combo decks. That Hogaak has this really weird place in the metagame where it's brilliant when everyone's playing Delver that it isn't kitted out to beat graveyard decks, and control that isn't like trying to do that. And I think right now it is pretty good. It is just susceptible to that classic like Days Your Thing, Wasteland you, brr, Delver go brr kind of stuff. But I mean, what isn't, you know?
Yeah.
So
I mean, we have here, Jonas telling the chat that Danninger will be on the play for game 1, which is again a big improvement for basically the Hogaak deck, and with that it will be really, really hard.
I can see in chat that Elves is also winning this tournament, which is not what I expected, I will admit, but yeah, we'll take it. So I guess
would be a surprise, yeah.
I guess the finals is like Ragdelver has no basics, and Hogaak, the basics are from War of the Spark. So actually, Elves just automatically wins. GG's, time to go home.
I agree here completely.
I mean,
Nice.
do we have some Elves in the finals?
I'm not sure.
No, Satyr Wayfind is a Satyr. Unfortunately, no Elves in the finals.
Hogaak
Elfless
is
finals.
Hogaak's an honorary elf. It's an honorary everything you want it to be, because
It's
Hogaak
at least
will never.
green.
Yes, he'll never let you down. Gak is always there for everyone.
Yeah.
He loves everyone equally. He hates everyone equally. Gak is just for life.
I mean, if we want to be close, we can say Oko is an elf because it has elf ears, so it should be an elf. And with that, if Ragdelver wins, technically an elf on the tournament, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
But
let's take it.
yeah, definitely take it to the boys.
anything closer?
Lots.
There's
Oh yeah.
Veil of Summer Art kind of has an elf on it.
Okay, so
that's true.
either case, an elf wins the tournament, and this is everything we want.
Yeah,
Everyone is
Everything
happy.
Gino wants here.
Yeah, Gino is happy.
It's an elf
Okay,
mirror, yeah.
Oko is a shapeshifter. Okay.
That's a
Yeah,
as an elf.
because he's a trickster. He's a god. Yeah.
Sounds like an elf to me.
Yeah, for me also.
I mean, and shapeshifters are technically elves too, so
It
yeah.
also does. You can make green creatures sacrifice natural order, which is a very elf thing as well. Yeah, it's just becoming more obvious the more we talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the time to read all the lore. There is so much to consume about Magic.
But wait, there's lore?
Yeah. Lore ended when Chase wanted to be cute.
I think the lore is actually whenever you want your Delver opponent to not have days, they always have 2. That's the legacy lore.
Yeah, definitely. That just hurts.
Goblin lore is the only lore I know.
Yeah. All right, so he fetches, puts Avenge Vine into play, almost. It'd be quite good. I'm just waiting for like the next Throne of Eldraine set where they make like a Mystic Sanctuary that just puts a creature from your graveyard into play, or something.
Oh, that sounds sick.
Oh yeah, of course you like it.
Oh yeah.
I think it would print a fetch land that has the Entomb effect on it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I've always thought one of the coolest things they could have is like a land that gives you hexproof on ETBs.
Yeah.
Like it'd be cool for lands to be able to beat tendrils and stuff. Oh, we got a raid from Julian.
Nice.
What's going on, Julian?
Hello, Julian.
Yeah.
We were just making fun of you, but yeah,
We're making fun of elves.
it's actually true.
It's quite the same.
We have an elves final we've worked out.
Yeah. We have basically Oko, the honorary elf, versus
Veil of Summer, the
Veil of
honorary
Summer, the other elf. And yeah, here was the crucial part, forcing the turn 1 Stitcher supply, which is, I think, the correct play.
Yeah, it's so correct.
You remember when people were laughing, like when you cast a Stitcher supply, like, oh my god, you're playing 1 mana, 1/1. And now this is the proper respect.
Yeah.
It's
2-for-1ing yourself for the 1 mana 1/1.
Yeah. When you start explaining to people that Stitcher Supplier is like 1 black mana for an Ancestral Recall and a Black Lotus, then it's like, okay, it's
pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's changed.
Yeah.
It's changed a lot since the card was basically brought out to public.
Yep.
And yeah, the card over the tournament, it was just insane how it performed.
Yeah.
I had to for a GP that I played in Modern, I had to
Wow. Force negation.
I had to buy 4 for a friend like the day before it started, and they were like 4 or 5 euros each. It's like, yeah, it's that good.
Yeah.
All right, we're seeing a lot of counter magic. This is the Delver deck doing Delver things. Blind flip to force a will. Hell yeah. Let's go Delver. I mean, this is what Delver does. Force your thing, force your thing, force your thing.
Swing with the Delver, yeah.
The only thing that's missing now would be a Wasteland.
Yeah. But it looks like a Dreadhorde will do instead, probably.
Yeah. And the thing here is, if Delver would be in this game on the play, it would have been insane and he would have been far ahead. But since he's on the draw, it's it's really, really close.
Totally.
And yeah, Julian, we're now 4 commentators. We're stocking up, and we're 5.
Well, it's like 3.5. I don't quite count as 4.
Sure.
So 3 commentators and 1 guest commentator. So yeah.
Yes. Totally, yeah. All right. Here we see a Tarmogoyf, and Hogaak is probably thinking, "Thank God it's Tarmogoyf again."
Yeah.
All right. Here's the altar, and we know there's a force, but no blue card. That's big. That's big. Oh, Wasteland's brutal as well. But altar in play is massive. I mean, they didn't Oko to answer it, but altar's weird because against Delver, it's hard to resolve. So you usually, I think, cut some, but when you resolve it, it's so good. It's just it does everything.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we're gonna see a fetch, maybe a Satyr Wayfinder.
Could be, yeah.
But even a Satyr would be. I mean, if he has another blue card here, forcing the Satyr Wayfinder would be
very good. Like
very, very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically forcing anything that he plays next.
Yeah,
Would
just
be
force
great.
everything.
Yeah, play-by-play caster, color commentator, actual commentator, and guest commentator.
Yeah. We make the ideal playset. You may not like it, but this is what
Yeah.
it looks like.
Playset of
Oh, yeah.
commentator. I really like this. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Wayfinder resolves and just doesn't really find very much. Finds a combat therapy, which is nice next turn. Like if you have something you really want to resolve, you could snipe that forcible you know is there from the flip delver.
I mean, it's basically bolt for victory here.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
Holy moly, yeah. Oh,
because
he's got a block, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was dead. God, it's fast.
Yeah.
The mill's really not getting anything.
No. He just floods that
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. And straightforward.
Darken is okay.
We really have seen Delver do the Delver things. All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
We could see like another Wayfinder or a Stitch Supplier and stuff here. Like there is quite a few lines that just lead to comboing off, but fetch doesn't look exciting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if the land drop goes first, it's always like, it's kind of meh.
Yeah. What could this be? Because there are blood gusts in the deck, right? Unless I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's 4 blood gusts. So I think
The flashbacks looting maybe.
the looting's exiled from the force negation, but
Yeah.
this must be another looting. I think it's the only thing that fetching here makes sense with.
And I think it's only one card in the hand of Jonas. So.
Yeah. Okay. So it's going to resolve. Here's the looting. Probably discarding because he played one turn 2 earlier, which was forced. So we're pretty sure he has things he wants to discard. Like this could still lead to a combo out turn.
Yeah, actually, true.
No, packed
But
up.
that's
Didn't find one.
fine.
Yeah.
He probably needed like Avenge Vine and draw a Stitch Supplier into like a Gravecrawler and stuff with multiple bridges to hit somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
And with that, I give 20. No, maybe 30 to. Yeah, about 30% win percentage for the whole match. I think to Rakdelver here.
Still pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a hard matchup, so
It definitely is. And winning the pre-board game is probably pretty good.
Yeah,
'Cause-
that's really strong here.
Yeah, because what we were talking about earlier is Hogaak has a good overall matchup in best of 5, especially because you can almost certainly win the first 2, and then you can take it from there and you spike one of them. But now it's much more uphill.
yeah, you have to
So-
spike 2 of them. It's harder post board. I mean, you get the abrupt case that buy you another turn most likely.
That's true.
But yeah, Wasteland is still good. I mean, you have I think 2 basics
Yeah,
on the side of.
which is a really strong thing to have because
Only one swamp
Only
on the
one.
side of Danninger.
still makes a huge difference that the one basic or not. Like I always play the bug version with no basic, and you do feel it against Delver, but it's quite effective.
I mean, in the Rakdelver mirror, the one basic was basically the mirror breaker back in the days when
It's so funny to think of that, but it like having this one card in your deck just makes like such a huge impact.
Yeah, I mean, getting to play the game versus not. It's just the difference.
Very well put. Yeah.
So,
Would you like to play or not play? All right.
close decision, but yeah, kinda.
Kinda. Maybe if the stars align.
I mean, at least I want to play you. More like no.
No, thank you. All right. So, Lydia for the looting and snap force negation again.
Ooh, but you've countered with force of will.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means he doesn't want to exile the Delver.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Have you guys ever played the Guess the Land game for the expeditions?
Oh,
No idea what that is.
No. What's this? Tell me more.
Whenever someone plays like an expedition or a special promo card, you have to guess what the card is because no one ever knows.
yeah. I was thinking about it. This seems impossible. This game.
Like this thing, if it didn't like play like a fetch land and so we can guess that it's a fetch land. I wouldn't really know.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, these are a little bit better. I think the first expedition lands were. I hate them. They all look like they are Blastemire because they are so dark. And
oh yeah. Oh, he's showing us. He heard me.
What is foothills?
Nice. Okay, because it could have been like a I don't know anything.
The
Something.
root-bound crag or something.
Yes. Fruitbound crag, exactly.
yeah, agroforce.deck. Definitely the right description for Delver in this matchup.
Wait until Delver has like Embercleave in it and stuff.
This is the days now.
Are we gonna see it? Altars.
Days.
I do love jamming it here. No days, no force of will. There's a brainstorm.
Brainstorm.
Blind flip Delver. The Delver's flipping today.
Yeah. When does it not? I'm surprised that it didn't flip to force of will, but yeah.
I mean, we have a pretty clear description when Delvers do not flip in our community because Manuel's Delvers do not flip.
Really?
Yeah, we have one guy. He's called
Nice.
Targetanix, which means basically I don't show you. Because his Delver were noticeably not flipping.
Love it. We have a guy in London called Tommaso, Italian guy. He is exactly the same. It's insane. I watch him and I sit next to him playing the games, like watching him, and he doesn't complain about it much. He's not one of those players that like says he gets really unlucky. I tell him he gets so unlucky. His Delvers never ever flip. It's insane. I've watched them like go for 9 turns and not flipping and stuff. It's amazing. So yeah, I think every store probably has a non-flipper.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, some days ago he must have been a better streak because I think he won. He went to the top 4 of MCAM Prague in 2016
nice.
or something like that.
Nice.
Or top
All right.
8.
Top 8 he lost in the quarterfinals to JPA.
Well, who doesn't lose to JP?
Yeah.
And is this a force or is this a loss?
We got a Hogaak. Can we get some Hogaaks in chat? The Gak is back and he's ready to slack some spack and something. Anything that rhymes with it.
I think that's probably game now.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, the first.
This is the
first
bridge.
Yeah.
I would probably sack the Hogaak first. Because sacking the Hogaak first mills you 8 cards rather than 4 here for the chance to hit a second bridge. You just increase your odds.
Yeah, but he has the Gravecrawler also, so
yeah.
Unfortunately,
I think
no Vengevine here.
I think this is like 98-9% to be fine.
Yeah.
But a tiny little sequencing thing.
I mean, even if it doesn't win with the combo here, the board presence will be, I think,
yeah,
too
it's
big.
true. It's true. Yeah,
So-
he can put like 20 power in play without winning, but I think the chances of him, so he gets to mill like 30-40 cards here, just with what's in play. And then as soon as he finds a second bridge or a second Hogaak, he wins. So the chances are it's tiny.
Yeah, it's just to play it out, I think, here on this point.
Yeah.
On mode, I think you would, basically.
and
yeah,
the
we have
second
it.
bridge this game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice and quick. Lovely.
Just
When,
consume the time.
When Hogaak first got spoiled, I was kind of building it because I knew this must exist. Like the card is so busted, and so I was like goldfishing because it hadn't come out yet on online or anything. I was goldfishing hundreds of hands of like all different decks, and then when I worked out that you could use the first Hogaak and play to convoke the second one, I was like, oh my god, this is even more ridiculous.
Yeah, that was exactly my feeling too when I got this interaction.
Because I think I got through like a good 200 or 300 hands of goldfishing different stuff before realizing that. I was like, oh my god, what have they done?
Yeah, I mean, Hogaak was just a really, really busted magic card, and it completely shaped the modern format.
Yeah,
it's banned.
I remember going back and finding some messages I sent to a friend, Elfkid, you might know him. He was about to play like a modern GP or maybe a PT. So I messaged him like a week after Hogaak got spoiled, was like, hey, please don't tell anyone, but I think I've made a deck which could be really, really good. It's got some potential at least. Try it out and let me know what you think. And then it was like, I've gone back to it. It was a bit different. It had like some Stinkweed imps and stuff. But then he was like, okay, it looks pretty cool. I'll give it a try at some point. And 2 weeks later, he was like, what the fuck have you done? And then this one, everyone found out quickly. Like multiple people made it, but it was just like, Jesus Christ. The modern version was basically this version, just without Cabal therapy, which for modern is completely ridiculous. Like,
yeah. I mean, here we have the best aggro deck, if we want to call it like that, in the format, or the best bold deck, which is quick to kill. And has Force of Will as an interaction piece, and Force of Negation, because it was basically in the same set back in the days. And it's changed.
Totally.
Modern. And with that, we have to talk a little bit about sideboarding, because we're going to game 3. I think crucial cards in the sideboard of Jonas are the Grafdigger's Cage, the 2 Surgical Extraction, and the 1 Cloffice, and the 1 Submerge, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think that you want to bring in a Braids. It's just too narrow.
I agree. I think the Submerge is also, it's better post board, where you're not expecting to get comboed out. Like, it's very hard to interact with the combo with Submerge. It can happen if they're under a lot of pressure and you find a choke point, but generally it's kind of like just having a reactive card in your hand lets them play stupid Savannah Lions and keep attacking you. So I agree with that. And I think you sideboard out actually pretty similarly to how DnT you would sideboard out, like cut some of the counter magic. Lightning Bolt is not amazing, but it helps you race. Oko, you could probably trim.
Yeah, I think we have here like the Forked Bolt, which should be boarded out here.
Yes.
The Chained Lightning, the Spell Pierce, Spell Snare doesn't seem great here. And with that, we have already 4 cards, and this would be exactly the slot for Cloffice, Surgical, and the Grafdigger's Cage.
That makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, sounds good.
So you are still on 4 days for Force of Will to Force of Negation, which is a lot of counter magic to combat.
Yeah, you also need the counter magic.
Yeah. I'm thinking Force of Negation is not fantastic because, this is open deck list, so they know they're bringing in probably Abrupt Decays, and that's probably it.
No.
Assassin's Trophy maybe too, but could be, maybe. But is not a must include.
Like, what do you think Manuel's bringing in?
I think last time he bought it Abrupt Decays, Assassin's Trophy.
Yeah.
I think he bought it all 5 interaction
5 cards.
Trimmed Altars, I think, and Satyr Wayfinder. I think this was pretty much what he boarded.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Because I think I would personally, cut like 2 altars and 1 therapy for the 3 decays.
Yeah.
I don't like the deck being too reactive and having like too many cards. You can when you draw like 3 of the removal spells, your deck doesn't really do anything then, because you're relying on so many micro synergies, and you're relying on like Citrus Supply is only good because you get to hit good cards with it. When you're cutting cards that you can hit and you're trimming down your deck's engines and stuff, you need to be wary of things like that. So I think Satyr Wayfinder seems actually very good because you find extra lands, which you always want against Delver. So
yeah,
true.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Good too. I think last time it was a little
strong days here.
Because of the
days. I would snap Days of Satyr Wayfinder any day.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking at the board state, so.
Oh my god, that's a big Goyf already.
Oh yeah, but thank
you know in the stream how we've always said Goyf is amazing. It's looking very good now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, thank God it's not a Dredger Arcanist.
Yeah.
But actually, Goyf is probably better than Arcanist here.
Yeah, it's a bigger clock for sure. Yeah.
That looting is just like bolt myself every turn. Or he flashed us something. Didn't see.
3 cards in hand.
All right.
For Jonas.
Yeah, he days the Wayfinder.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know he has a Trop in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 others. All right, this is like a flashback looting. Get that value while you can.
Yeah. And Days Again would be great here.
Yeah, true. Because it loses value so fast with 3 lands in play.
Yeah. You don't really get the choke point anymore. Maybe in the combo turn with the Hogaak, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's
very hard to Days a Hogaak and stuff, definitely.
Yeah. Especially if you play around it.
Yeah. this does look like another day's. Okay, brainstorming.
Brainstorm.
Yeah. So he gets to put back the
Find for
drop
days.
as well. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And I think if you're the Delver player, you're over the moon if this is all they're doing, just flashing back a Faithless Looting. Things do go south really quickly. Like there is a Goyf in play, but the moment like a Hogaak hits the board, it's just completely irrelevant. So, yeah, he needs to be happy about this, which looks like something's happening. But
I'm looking forward to the triple bolt in hand of Jonas.
yeah. Oh yes,
Bolt.
that's the exactly lethals.
What's
Spell
this?
Pierce.
That's
Okay.
Pierce,
Oh, okay.
Interesting, because we talked about that being sideboarded out.
Yeah. I mean, what are the cards that you get? I mean, you get the Altar, you get the Cabal Therapy and the Faithless Looting.
Yeah, none of them feel particularly great to spell pierce either, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a lot of tempo getting lost if you have to keep up the mana for the Spell Pierce.
Yes,
Because you
yeah.
really, really want the Delver out there, especially on the draw.
And we see more lootings, more churning.
Yeah.
So I wonder if so the Delver draw has been like fine but not exciting. So I wonder if there's a Surgical Extraction hiding out. There's obviously no Cage or Clothyss because they would have been played. So wouldn't be surprised. So we see 2 Vengevines going. So if he does have a Surgical, this is a pretty ripe target, assuming 2 creatures are getting played here.
Yeah.
So Stitch Supplier 2.
And now the Hogaak machine gets going.
Yep.
Oh,
And the Grave
Oh,
and the Hogaak.
Look at that. Oh my god. Look at this little Ancestral Recall go. Oh, so good.
The land trap as well, yeah.
And the land for the Bloodghast. So I think basically, unless you have 2 Surgicals there, you can't, like, Hogaak is coming back or Vengevine is coming back.
Yeah.
You need a double Surgical just to do anything. Yeah. Oh, is he going to miss the triggers? Vengevine triggers? Oh, he just got them.
Okay, no Surgical here. So we are watching out for the triple bolt here.
Yeah,
the
just
only
mega
out.
slow rolling it.
That would be great.
Yeah, just like end of turn triple bolt you.
Yeah, it's just
Now we are laughing.
yeah, and that's the problem with the matchup here.
The triple
Just-
bolt?
It's so it can so swing. It can
Yeah,
be so
it's
swingy
one good
or-
turn on the side of Hogaak,
Yeah.
and
Yep,
everything
absolutely.
is over.
Yeah, and then there's so much power in play now. It really puts the game away fast. Like next turn, you're dead. Yeah.
I mean, you get to cash in the Hogaak here. Exile, I think, only the fetch lands and the looting. Yeah, and with that, you still have
Yeah,
the
just-
bridge
just-
out there.
Yep. Yeah. Seems pretty good.
Okay, you don't even have
Yeah.
to tap the Stitcher Supply. Yeah.
Oh, forces it. So okay.
Submerge bolt.
Oh my god, it's yeah.
Match bolt.
There
That's
are
a line.
draws.
That's a line.
Submerge
Alright.
bolt. I'm waiting.
So the Goyf can't. Okay, there's lethal on board right now. So yeah, it's got to be something good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Just
on my
like-
toes right now. This.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is
it's
super
very
tight.
interesting. It's so-
I'm up
so
in my
tight.
chair. I was kind of leaning to the side before, like, this is very cool. Now this is like, oh my god, what's happening? What do you think of Vengevine as kind of like an elf just dressed up, like a partying elf?
Because it's big and green.
It's like an elemental party elf.
And it's carnival time, so
Yeah,
it's okay.
all his friends came at the party. The grave crawler is just like the person after the party.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, packs it up.
So no
Nice.
no submerge into bolt here.
No.
Unfortunately, but at least there was a line.
Yeah. So we that is 2-1 to Hogaak.
Yeah.
one game away from being a champion.
If he would have won this game, I would have given 50% for the whole match win to Jonas.
Julian is saying, "Yo, sup here."
Yeah, I mean, Julian, maybe we can set it up to be a 5-stream commentating mode.
Yeah, why not? for the next finals, I'm sure we can do this.
Saying what's the meta like, but you're talking about the commentator meta because it's very important when you have this many commentators.
Yeah, commentator meta is 25% play-by-play, 25% color commentator, 25% actual commentating, and 25% guest commentator. If we want to change up the meta to 40% guest commentating, it would change up the meta quite a bit. When we see 40% of one archetype dominating, it's when we need to put a sign outside Wizard of the Coast saying ban Philip Klein.
Why it's always me?
Because you are the Black Death.
Nice.
I'm just a Mardu player, actually. the misunderstood Mardu player. I just want to smash face.
You've been made fun of for all eternity, and then you get banned.
But Philip, the problem is that you were playing Mardu Hogaak, so isn't it even a Mardu-like deck? So
hey, it counts.
It was great. It was great.
It was fantastic.
At least I won the Winter's End tournament, I think.
Yeah,
nice.
And you went second for. No, I think you won this year the Austrian Legacy. How was it called?
The championship. It was 2019.
Yeah.
With
Hogaak. Yeah.
Yeah, with Chant.
Okay.
Nice. Do you play Wear Tear in the Mardu one?
That was basically the first iterations of the deck, and I played white for Caracas and Swords to Plowshares and Wear Tear.
Oh yeah, because I remember playing the Mardu version with Wear Tear. The first match playing the deck, I got to fuse it, killing a bridge from below and Aether Sworn Canonist or something. I was like, getting the bridge from below value with it as well is so nice. But I guess Force of Vigor does it now as well. So
yeah,
it's always fun killing your own bridges.
Yeah, and here we had crucial days on a Stitcher supplier.
Yeah, very. We saw last time how good that card is.
Yeah, days is fantastic.
When it hits what you want, it's so good.
Yeah.
All right, so it seems like a Wayfinder for a lot maybe. That would be probably one of the best things. It could be an altar as well, or don't want to see a Bloodcast.
Yeah,
Wayfinder.
Nice.
Yeah.
Searching for the days, or even the Force of Will.
Yeah. Definitely you would counter this if you find something for it.
Yeah.
Like Jonas, I think, is playing well and recognizing that these enablers are the real threats.
Yeah.
Like when you start forcing and dazing Hogaaks, as good as it can be sometimes, you really need to be ahead, and with them at low life total. Otherwise, they just it's such a in-theme thing, but these graveyard decks do just keep pressuring you and bringing back threats from the graveyard. So you need to stop the enablers really.
Yeah.
True.
Julian asks, what's the price for the first one?
It's a trophy and some, basically
money.
some money from.
I'm not sure how much it is. I think about 160 or something. Or...
I think it's a little bit lower, 120, 140, something like in that range.
Yeah, we just had a buy-in from 20 euros.
For 16 players, so.
For 16, yeah.
Yeah.
For 60 players, it would be a little bit much.
Kenya shilling.
Kenya shilling. Does Kenya have shilling? Because shilling was basically the money we had in Austria before the euro.
For a euro, yeah.
We had UK shillings a long time ago as well.
Okay, so
Really?
so shilling was just everywhere, like
probably.
the dollar nowadays.
Yeah. Or fiat. Schuling.
Schüling, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically how we would call it, the Schulling.
Long time no see.
And yeah, Legacy Council in the chat.
Hello there, great to have you on.
And here we see the resurgence of Rakdelva coming back against Hogaak. Until
Julian is
1990.
discovering what a UK shilling was. Yeah, the UK is weird. We never pretended we weren't. All right, so we are seeing a Cabal therapy. Oh, we see the submerge. You did call it. Submerging a safety wayfinder has got to feel pretty bad. All right, so there's Ponder, Brainstorm, Submerge, Fault Bolt.
Yeah. So the Forked Bolt
was left in the deck, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Wasn't the card that was
So
keeping.
he could, so this Cabal therapy knows about the Ponder from something.
From the
So
Delta.
so he missed with it. I'd be curious to see what he named, because it does make sense. So he knows the Ponder, he could hit if you want to, but this might mean that he has he just wants to like test for either a Daze or a Force of Will, see the information, and he values the body being in play. So it could be like an altar or something.
Yeah, could be.
Or if he has a zombie to play, and then he can play the zombie into Gravecrawler or something. So maybe he named like Surgical Extraction, and then he could name Force of Will if there's one afterwards. Or yeah, really depends what it is here. All right, looting. So maybe there's.
I think looting is a good sign actually here, because
Oh,
there
good-
is no
good.
land drop left. I think this turn.
Yeah. So
There's a
okay,
bridge from
bridge is
below
very
the
good.
Menschein.
So now he gets to therapy him, get a zombie. If he has a Hogaak in his hand, this is insane, because he gets back both the Vengevines. He gets he gets
Wow.
the zombie now from the bridge. He then casts the Gravecrawler,
Yeah.
casts the Hogaak from his hand,
Okay, yeah.
and then bada bing, bada boom, we're off to the races.
Ah, okay,
And
game
there it
over.
is.
There we go.
Oh, shh. Oh.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's a shilling.
Yeah.
Ah,
On
lovely.
theme. I think this is many
All right.
shillings to Danninger here.
But rules question here. If you flashback the Cabal therapy, doesn't he get the tokens before the spell resolves, so he could submerge the token?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could,
technically, yeah.
technically, this would be the correct play, even. Yeah.
So
I think he
unfortunate
kind of
misplay.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess in like you could have done it there, but you could have also thought like, yeah, it's once the looting resolved and you saw both of the Vengevines, then and then like the zombie comes to play, you should be reading like the difference there. Like this is the choke point we talked about. The difference there was a Hogaak and 2 Vengevines in play versus not.
Yeah. It's
That's
huge.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Got Debinder saying, "Is Whiteface's DJ? I'm spotting some vinyls in the back. They are vinyls. I don't DJ though. I just like listen to vinyls.
So
Got lots of
yeah,
vinyls.
violence are great. I've
they're
bought
so cool.
last year to play some vinyls for me, and now I get basically some plates for my birthday and something like that. Christmas.
Nice. It's so nice
Yeah.
because when you listen online or whatever, you're like, yeah, you're listening along, blah blah. It's fine. But when you have a record, you probably sit down, you open it up, you read the lyrics. You fully immerse. It's lovely.
Yeah, it's a completely different feeling.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Totally.
I mean, on Amazon, there are the Amazon Day where you have a lot of products are cheaper there.
Oh, I didn't know
And I've bought some vinyls from Metallica and some stuff like that.
that. Nice,
and yeah.
nice.
Really,
got
really
like-
good.
I've got a lot of classics back there, like loads of the original pressings of Slayer and stuff. First
Yeah.
albums only though.
I mean, I've bought from Deep Purple a
Nice.
live concert. I think it was in the 60s or something like that from Graz, and yeah, it's amazing. Guitar solos for like 10 minutes plus.
Deep Purple is amazing. And well, while we're talking about music, we have it. We're just like, yeah, Deep Purple, amazing. But you know what's better than Deep Purple? Not Vengevine, but it's close. I think
the deep graveyard of Hogaak.
Yeah. Vengevine just doing what Vengevine does there and just going bash, getting Hogaak to play. And well, we were worried about it after the first game. We were thinking, this is a really big deal to lose, but Manuel putting on a clinic and just be like these games didn't actually feel particularly close.
No.
There was that little term where like Bolt plus Submerge would have done it, but that was the only time it felt like, this is a close to a victory for Rugdelver.
Yeah.
There were some very good hands as well. Delver can't say that they didn't go along the way. Like that game was a turn 1 Delver, turn 2 Daze Your Thing, turn 2 Ponder for what it needs, play Dreadful Darkness. But man, Hogaak it's so efficient at just like throwing stuff onto the board.
It's a really, really good matchup actually for Hogaak. And
absolutely.
You need the perfect hand on the side of Rugdelver, and you need a kind of shitty hand on the side of Hogaak to lose.
Yeah.
And especially if the Hogaak player is on the play. If the Hogaak player is on the draw, it's definitely a different topic. But yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And that was the reason I gave only 30% win percentage to Jonas after winning the first game, actually.
Very generous of you.
Yeah, really.
And yeah, I think we take a really, really short break for 5 minutes again, and then resume with the finals interview with Manuel Danninger and maybe even Jonas Bauernfeind.
Cool.
See you.
See you in a minute.
Until.
And go.
Yeah.
And we are back with the interview of the finalists. Congratulations, Manuel, for winning the whole tournament. And yeah, also congratulations to Jonas for going second place. It's a great achievement. And yeah, Jonas, how do you feel now?
I feel good. I knew going into the finals it wasn't a good matchup, and so I played against 1, 2, 3, 4 against 5 different players, and I lost to one of them, and that unfortunately I had to play 3 times against this opponent, so I lost all my 3 matches I played against Manuel to him, but otherwise I'm undefeated, so that's nice.
So he's your true name nemesis.
Yeah, maybe I should play. So I had this time where a lot of people were playing Reanimator in the local meta, and so every deck I played, no matter what, I had 4 ley lines in the sideboard, and I think I will go back to this one, to this strategy now.
Okay.
I think you need a meddling mage named Manuel. That'd be better.
Yeah, I don't actually like Meddling Mage. Somewhat never think that card is fit right in my playstyle.
You have protection from the
If
chosen
you can name
player.
your opponent.
Would
Yeah,
it be
that's where it
Halo?
gets good.
Ruined Halo better, yeah.
Yeah, Root Halo with
Yeah,
this
yeah.
kind of effect. Would
Name
be
a
great.
player.
Yeah.
No, I feel great about the result, actually, and so I was pretty confident after the quarterfinals that I would become second, because obviously Manuel would win against Devin Texas and Rag, which were the only people left, and obviously I would become second because I'm the best player now. I just felt confident against all the other guys. So yeah. No,
It was all planned
and
out
as I
from the
said
beginning.
last time, so yeah, as I said last time, I always wanted to have a silver trophy, and now I got one. And that's nice.
Looks
High
always
for
better
silver.
than the gold one. And yeah, with that, congratulations to Manuel Danninger on Chant Hogaak for winning the whole thing here.
Give a round of applause. There we go.
Congrats!
This is why we need more commentators to
job.
give a better applause.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So in 5 years we can do a standing ovation then. With a lot of
Oh, yeah.
commentators.
Yeah.
So it's a slow clap into fast.
Yeah. 1, 2.
Yeah, and somebody's crying in the background because it's so beautiful and water ended.
Elves finally won.
Oh my god, I want to have a kid with you.
Yeah, with that, Manuel. Yeah, congratulations on the on the finals, and yeah, everything is planned.
Yes, but what isn't planned is to don't play the optimal list, because as said in the last interviews, our shop in Linz doesn't have all the cards, because I personally don't own any cards in real life, so it's pretty hard to organize a legacy deck at the Corona times.
Yeah.
But hopefully next time this tournament is, maybe it gets in 1 day at the shop, not in 2 months.
Yeah.
Now everyone playing online is going to copy your list and think, "Oh my god, this is the one to do. I won a tournament." So it's all your fault now.
Yeah.
Next week it's all over MTGO.
It's like the GS blessing in the Oops as well list or something like that.
No, I think it was the forest in I'm not sure in any kind of Snowcore or control deck there was a sideboard forest.
Okay, yeah.
I always like these Twitter explosions of a random decklist going 5-0 and then never being good again, but it went 5-0, so it has to be the next big thing.
Yeah. There was a Amulet Titan list in Modern that like 5-0'd, and then it had 4 of the wrong cards, so everyone was playing like a land that just ETBs tapped and taps for no color or something. It's really funny. Anyway, yeah.
So the
Completely
deck
wrong.
list that went up was wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
So the player did actually 5-0 with a wrong card.
I can't remember which way around, but it tricked people. Anyway.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
Manuel,
that happens really often that a player
Mm.
goes 5-0 and a lot of people plays this deck and fuck pretty hard up. So
yeah,
just say it.
true.
So, yeah. So the matchup, as we talked, was pretty expected to be I would say a 3-0 or a 3-1 for your case. We covered, I think, the matchup. It's literally the exact same thing as we had in the semifinals. So it was just a play again button for you. And,
But I guess the first match in the finals was a pretty nuts draw from Jonas.
Yeah,
So
that was quite good.
He
That
got
was really,
he got
really
the turn
nice.
on Delva into
Turn-
Force Application, into Force of Will,
No,
into Wasteland.
that wasn't the tournament. Delver,
Yeah, this
right?
was the first game.
Tama.
Yeah. Or was it a Tamago?
We were saying how
It
that's
was
the
No,
Delver
it was
plan,
the
just
Delver,
fought
maybe.
everything.
Delver.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was turn 1 into counter, into turn 2 counter threat, into counter, into Wasteland, which would work.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I
literally
guess,
the thing you need.
it's a pretty nuts draw.
Yeah.
But happens. I guess it's magic. So
Yeah.
And yeah,
I mean-
that was, as Caleb said, Rock Delver can beat any deck if it really wants to, and that one game it really wanted to. The other games only I wanted to, and not the deck.
Not the deck.
I mean, your hands were all pretty great, I would say, except
No,
for
the
one
last
game.
hand wasn't. The
Yeah,
last hand wasn't.
but one game. But the other hands had a lot of interaction with Manuel's side, and yeah, all the
Yep,
forces, and you have.
I think I said that in the post already. For the matchup, these were really good games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So
They were a lot closer
it
than
can
I
be-
thought.
Yeah, it can be such a landslide. Like, if you don't have the Force of Will for a turn 1 Citrus Supplier, sometimes it just mills like a Bloodghast and a Bridge from Below, and then a Cabal Therapy comes down, and it's just like a complete slaughter. Yeah, all the games felt like there was a chance, at least. So yeah.
sure.
That's
And-
true, yeah.
It's always on the Hogaak side one big turn that changes the whole battlefield. And,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Depends on the mill, I guess.
Yeah. And
So while we're talking, I've already put 4 Leylands in the sideboard in Rock Delver, so let's
So this
Do you want to play the matchup again? Am I right?
Yeah, I played the wrong decklist, sorry. So that's
this is where-
wrong. Decklist issue is 1 game loss, right?
So it's fine.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it so that you have to put the real cards, or if you don't have the cards, basic lands into it?
That depends if you play online or if you play in paper. There's different handling for that.
Okay.
In paper, if you have a deckland issue, you can either play what is your deck. If your deck is legal,
Yeah.
If your decklist would be legal, you can play your decklist. If your deck is legal, you can play your deck. Or you could replace the wrong cards with the 5 non-snow basics.
Non-snow basic.
In online play, you have to play what you registered.
Okay. I mean, can you online play? Pull out the
you can.
that can make
So
it.
in Arena, for example, if you submit your deck 1 day early, then you make a change. Then you play one deck, or you click by accident on the wrong deck and you choose the wrong deck.
Okay.
Something like that could happen.
Okay.
So shout out to the European Central Discord, Judge Discord, because we just had a whole day of workshopping online tournament. So I'm pretty fresh on their rulings.
Yeah, because Jonas is basically our judge, which tuned into our matches and helped out our players if there went something wrong. Yeah. So I think
Yeah,
for the
that's how I became a finalist. Just queuing my opponents.
Jonas, will you show us the trophies?
Yeah.
No.
No, didn't expect that.
We have this in sweet bronze.
Okay. For third
My
place,
silver trophy.
second place.
So they are in German, so it doesn't say place, it says Blatt, because that's more aggressive. And then champion is a unilingual word, so that's maybe working. And finalist is actually spelled the same as finalist, I think. So it's a German word, so that works as well.
We'll
That is
allow
great.
it.
That's great. So thank you.
Because these prizes are sponsored by Jonas, even, if I remember
I
correctly.
bought my own trophy.
Yeah, that happens.
And yeah,
No, I think I already said that in a previous interview. It was one of my goals was to not give away all 3 of them, so that I can keep one.
yeah.
Which I
And
did. That's nice.
which is a
It
great
would be
achievement.
it would be really strange if you would keep more than one.
Yeah, the queuing
Just
opponents can
well,
work at
DQ
wonders.
everyone.
You got a DQ, you got a DQ, you got a DQ.
I was a ninth, now I'm
Gonna
in second
DQ.
place. Nice.
Okay. So 2020 is you
DQ
need
the
to play
commentators as well.
exactly
Just DQ
20
everyone.
lands.
Oh my
No,
god.
they don't
Exactly
need to
20
queue, they're out of
creatures
groups.
and
They're
exactly
out of the group.
They lost. They don't need to be.
We're too bad.
So,
Okay, I think with this we wrap it up. We will raid after this stream
Yeah.
another streamer.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
for
Do we have another legacy stream or something like that? That we
You can wait Julia back. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Raid some random speedrunner. That would be something I would be into really hard.
I can't see any legacy, but
Or very hard.
I can't see
I
legacy.
think you
but I can
could-
see vintage.
You
Okay.
could rate,
So just suggestions into the chat and
Theoretically,
we will
there would
choose.
be something like Quack MTG, which would be paper webcam magic old school.
Yeah, that's what the
that's
also
the
means.
one we rated the last 2 weeks. The last 2
Yeah,
yeah.
which is setup-wise similar.
Oh yeah, and for our stream, I think we just wrap it up. If you like what we are doing, just subscribe to our Twitch channel and follow us down below. Also, our links to our Twitter and to our YouTube, where you can find our all the VODs from our tournament are there, and would be great if you would subscribe also. So if you want to find Peter on Twitter, you can find him at
Unicorn Lord, but the only Lord is a 0.
and Daniel. Where we can we find you?
On Twitter at Flying Delver.
And Callum.
See, one of those people that flips your delvers. That's bullshit. I am at White Faces MTG. I think I always forget it, but yeah, I can't remember if there's MTG, but yes.
So actually, I'm at Yoba_99, and it's something has changed. I'm not posting anymore. I'm actually aggressively posting under any ban discussion now that they should unban Lewis before they ban anything, because Lewis should be unbanned. It doesn't make no sense that he's still banned with the radar.
Oh yeah, I've seen this. You posted a mine by this discussion.
I'll take Zerda back while we're at it.
Yeah, but
I don't mind.
other than that, I still post really anything. So if you want to clean timeline with some rants about Lewis, please join.
That's great. Manuel still hasn't has a social media account for MTG, I think, or has something changed?
No, exactly.
Yeah, like I thought.
Just too busy winning. Can't be bothered with that.
Yeah.
So, with the topic of winning, so good luck to everyone who will play the Callum Arena Open. Sealed?
No.
Is it open? I think it's
There's a
called
legacy
open.
weekend as well.
I did not have that. Sorry.
You could do Arena Sealed or Legacy PTQ this weekend.
Yep.
Enjoy your
the Legacy PTQ is sadly not an arena.
I guess just playing both Modern PTQ, Legacy PTQ, and the Arena.
Both with the same deck, win both.
Both, and he says 3 things.
If I can play Rug Delver in the sealed arena thing, I would take that up.
Yeah.
It should work out fine there.
No, but I think it's a good thing that there isn't Legacy on arena, because the day Legacy hits arena, I probably will vanish from this earth and just be in my room playing arena now all day.
Probably that can certainly happen for me also.
Works out. With that, I think we stop the banter on the stream, continue the banter off the stream, and move you guys to a healthy Twitch channel or something like that, if we have someone. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Callum, for joining us on this epic finals. Even if we're
Thank you very much.
Game out of possible 10, but thanks guys for tuning in. Thanks for the support, and see you on the next event on this channel.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter so you can be updated for the next tournament that we stream here. It's at Response. I'm sure. Sorry. It's at Austrian_Legacy, and also you can find the podcast In Response, a Legacy podcast, on at Response_Legacy. And Daniel, are you ready to raid?
Sure, we are ready. Bye, everyone.
Then let's go.
Bye, everyone.